and we decided to kick it up a notch because our next guest knows a thing or two about winning Super Bowls, especially in this fine city of Atlanta. Ladies and gentlemen, the NFL's all-time leading rusher, Emmitt Smith, is here.
Yes,
he joins us today, courtesy of Tequila Herradura, the world's finest premium tequila. There we go. It's like we've done this before.
Time or two.
How are you, my friend?
Brothers, I'm good. How are you
Were
guys?
you really just putting up the 1, 2, 3 fingers in front of me? Seriously?
1, 2, 3.
Seriously?
Might as well remind people if you got them.
Oh, my God.
This ain't the week to leave them at home.
Oh, I'm sorry. I did it amongst friends that don't have Super Bowl rings.
That's
My
true.
bad.
Whatever.
You know, it's funny because every once in a while, Emmitt, Mike will get on the soapbox about how good that '92 Eagles team was, and
how he used to hit me and all that kind of stuff.
Went into the Superdome and took care of the Saints, and they were going to come and take care of the Dallas Cowboys in the next round. 3 hours later, Cowboys 34, Eagles 13.
For those that may not know, Emmitt's probably the running back I played against the most in my career. And that year in '92, we actually won a playoff game in Philadelphia. It was up in New Orleans in the wild card. And, I mean, we were pretty cocky. We were a pretty cocky bunch, as you well know. We came down to Dallas for
What's in Philly that's not cocky?
Yeah, that's true. We came to Dallas for the divisional round. And, I mean, we stomped around that stadium like we were going to absolutely take you guys apart. And boy, oh boy, did that not work. You guys took it to us. And
we had a bye week. We had a bye week.
Oh, was that it? You had the rest coming into that game?
We had the rest. You guys had to go to New Orleans or play New Orleans.
Thanks for being nice.
Yeah, that's all it was.
So before we get into this game, there's currently a lot of talk about what's going to happen with the Dallas Cowboys in 2019. Jerry Jones basically saying that what Jason Garrett, your former teammate, did the last couple of years just hasn't been good enough, even though they've won the NFC East 3 out of the last 6 or 7 seasons. 3 out of the last 6 seasons. Basically, he's on a lame duck contract status heading into 2019. Mm-hmm. What does that tell you about Jason Garrett's future with the Cowboys?
Well, it's up in the air, obviously, and it has been up in the air for this past year, as now going into 2019. But what I am proud of is to see, and what people should look at is beyond the numbers sometimes. When you have a team that starts off the way the Dallas Cowboys did this past year, he got everything together. He kept the team together, and he just continued to plow through everything that they needed to in order to get to the playoff, let alone win a couple games in the playoff. And I mean, they were there. They were there, and they brought in Amari Cooper. They made a few changes here, and now they're making a couple other changes to try and expand the offense. We'll see what Dak Prescott can do. The one thing we do know, we definitely have a running back, so we definitely have that. So there's a number of things I think the Cowboys have done this past year that we can be very proud of and we can build on. And now it's a matter of, can we follow up? And can we build upon those things? To me, that's the way I look at it. I mean, we made the playoff. There are a lot of teams that did not make the playoff.
No, absolutely. And considering the start, are you surprised by this decision to not extend it, to not put a little more of that faith in Jason based on this?
I think it's the right thing to do. You give yourself options. You give him a chance to go ahead, and he knows what the deal is. Mm-hmm. And so everybody is under the understanding now we have to produce. We done moved Linehan out the way. We have a new coordinator now. We can blame it on the new coordinator if we wanted to, but at the end of the day, now things are more in your court, and you can do it the way you want to do it, and you have 1 year to prove it.
Again, your new offensive coordinator for the Cowboys, 29-year-old Kellen Moore. So the youngsters certainly working their ways up. It's impressive. Emma, try and explain again. You know, we do this, so we just kind of a throwaway line when you talk about teams that are these national teams, sometimes hated, sometimes loved, but just national. The Yankees, the Cowboys. Mike and I went through this Notre Dame that just kind of have that draw to them. What can you kind of put that into words with the Cowboys on just how they're either nationally so hated or nationally so loved? They're just one of those teams.
Well, it's kind of like the Patriots too. I mean, you either love or hate.
They're mostly hated, though.
They're mostly hated. They're mostly hated for various reasons. But most of the time, they're really hated because they've been here 9 times in 18 years. If
9 times.
It's amazing.
So, I mean, when you're in the spotlight that much, people have the tendency to start picking at things that they don't like about you versus what they do like about you. And we were talking about this earlier. For me, it's all about this is an organization that you can learn a lot from, good and bad.
Correct.
And so how can this organization become a model organization for how you run a team, how you run an organization, how you keep things together, how you bring in new people in and keep it efficient? and be here consistently for 9 years, to me, that's what it's all about. It's beyond the numbers. It's about performance, and they have performed better than any organization over the last 18 years.
Well, the thing that always strikes me is Emmitt Smith here is with us, 3-time Super Bowl champ with the Dallas Cowboys, all-time leading rusher in NFL history, is that it's not the big things that the Patriots do. They always do the little things well. You know, I mean, their mantra always seems to be, or mantra is, let's not lose the game, and then we'll probably end up winning it. And that has worked out unbelievably.
And they don't throw the ball down the field a great deal. They move the ball down the field very methodically, and they're very effective, man. I mean, period. And that ball is out of the quarterback hands faster than anything. And that's a tribute to not only their system, it's a tribute to their head coach, because how many players have we seen go through the Patriots?
Yeah.
Oh, how many great players, how many players that have come and gone through the Patriots, but yet every year, I bet you everybody can put money on it, the Patriots going to be in the playoff.